From 5 News, I'm meteorologist Stephen Elmore. This is your 5+ extended forecast. Very cloudy today, also cooler as well. We're going to lose that cloud coverage as we get into the overnight hours, see more sunshine really throughout the rest of this week. Also, temperatures going to be warming back up into those upper 80s and low 90s, especially by the time we get to the end of the work week. The good news is rain chances are increasing heading into this upcoming weekend. It's not widespread rainfall as it stands right now, but it's definitely going to filter in some cooler air, so we'll break out of this warming period by the time we get to this upcoming Saturday and Sunday. Again, this evening, cloud coverage still going to linger. We are going to hang on to the low chances of a pop-up shower here and there, but I think those rain chances overall very low. It's a low chance we see any of that widespread rainfall for this evening. As you head out the door tomorrow morning for our Tuesday morning, temperatures starting off into those low to mid 60s across northwest Arkansas. Across the River Valley, temperatures starting off into those upper 60s, maybe some low 70s for tomorrow, and that's going to be this beginning of our warming trend that we're really going to see throughout the rest of this week. I think Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, the warmest day we see this work week, as we're going to be seeing those temperatures climbing back up into the upper 80s and low 90s. Also, heat index going to be coming back up as well. Here's a look at that future dew point for tomorrow. Again, humidity going to start to tick up just a little bit. Dew point values back up into those mid to upper 60s. Going to start to feel a little bit uncomfortable starting tomorrow, lasting through the end of the work week. That weekend forecast right now doesn't look too bad as some cooler air and some low rain chances start to sneak back in. Tomorrow's daytime highs back up into those mid to upper 80s across northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. 86 in Elkins, 86 in War Eagle, 88 in Bella Vista, 87 in Tawnytown, 88 in Siloam Springs. Across the River Valley, those mid to upper 80s as well. Could see a low 90 or 2 for tomorrow. Greater chance across eastern Oklahoma. 88 in Roland, 86 in Van Buren and Fort Smith, 87 in Mulberry, 88 in Ozark, 88 in Charleston, 86 in Boonville and Paris, 85 there in Waldron. Tomorrow, again, starting that warming trend, right? The rest of this week, temperatures slowly start to warm up. Thursday, Friday, we could see those highs back up into the low 90s across northwest Arkansas, and then we come right back down by the time we get to the weekend. That's when those rain chances start to go up just a bit. Again, right now, models not showing that it's expected to be any widespread rainfall, but definitely some cooler air filtering in by the time we get to Saturday and Sunday and start of next week. But until then, this week, we're going up, right? It's going to get a lot warmer by the time we get to Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Across the River Valley, we could see some mid-90s once again. We are now less than a week from the first day of fall on September 23rd, but the summer heat not going away just yet. Again, that cold front coming in for the weekend, that's going to provide some relief, but temperatures still into those mid to upper 80s across the River Valley, some low 90s possible for the weekend as well. Good news is cooler air filters back in by the time we get to the start of next week as well. Feels like forecast, that heat index, we haven't used that word a lot, but we could start to see it sneak up on us by the time we get to Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. An important note for parents of some student athletes this week, it's easy not to hydrate on days like today where it's cloudy, it's cool, you got practice after school, don't need to overhydrate. Well, once we get towards the end of the week, especially if we're heading into some game times, especially on Friday, that's when that heat can sneak up on you. So important to hydrate throughout the week, because by the time we get to Thursday, Friday, could have some heat index values getting close, if not into the triple digits, before we cool down heading into the weekend. So stay hydrated as we go on throughout the rest of the week before that heat starts to sneak right back into the forecast. Our temperature trend, again, we had some cooler air for today due to the extra cloud coverage, some low rain chances still as that low pressure system still lingering, but now that heat's going to start to shift back off towards the east. We're going to be seeing our temperature trend really start to make a swing here by the time we get late into the work week, and by the time we get to the weekend, that's when we see some of that cooler air starting to sink back down with that next front expected to arrive into the week. And Climate Prediction Center certainly agrees with the trends over the next 6 to 10 days. See a lot of those above average zones, start to see that orange start to sneak back in, start to see that high ridge or high pressure ridge start to build, get to see some of that warm air start to sneak back in as well. And even if we look at the 8 to 14 day outlook, a little bit longer of a forecast, we still start to see those above average trends, even though we're less than a week from the first day of fall, maybe not so necessarily the cooler air coming right on time. Looks like we're going to see those above average temperatures sticking around at least into early next week. Rain chances, again, low throughout the rest of this week. We're actually going to start to see some of that sunshine sneak back in. Again, Thursday, Friday, that's when we could see some of those heat index values back up close into at least the upper 90s, maybe triple digit or two. But we're going to be seeing those rain chances pick up ever so slightly by the time we get to this weekend. That next front comes in. That's going to bring in some cooler air and also the chances of a scattered shower or two. I don't think it's going to ruin anybody's plans, but it's definitely going to build in some of that cloud coverage and bring back some of those low rain chances as well. Northwest Arkansas over the next 10 days. If you have missed that summer heat and the mugginess outside, well, it's coming back. Good news later on this week. Again, we're going to start to warm back up into those upper 80s, low 90s. That warming trend continues pretty much every day by a few degrees here and there. Going to hang on to some cloud coverage for tomorrow. Overall, though, seeing more sunshine as we go on throughout the day. Then the weekend comes around, and that's when we start to go right back down with that temperature trend. Temperatures only into the 80s this weekend. Some low rain chances. And good news is early signs showing right now later in the 10-day forecast that maybe some cooler air starts to sneak back in as we continue to drop those temperatures. We just got to get through this week where it's going to be summer's last stand back into those low 90s. Again, possible for Thursday and Friday across Northwest Arkansas. Across the river valley, could see those low 90s maybe as soon as Wednesday. I think we'll be fighting the battle to stay into the upper 80s. Thursday, Friday, though, definitely the warmest over the next 10 days. Back up into those mid 90s. Could see some heat index values into the upper 90s and low triple digits. Again, if you have to be outside later on this week, start hydrating today because that heat's going to maybe sneak up on you, surprise you just a little bit of how warm and muggy it is outside. We can take it easy on days like today where we have lots of cloud coverage and it's cooler outside. Definitely going to see more sunshine and warmer temperatures towards the end of the week. That front comes in on the weekend. That's going to bring some low rain chances, but also filter in some cooler air, and we break out of that warm period that we're going to see later on this week. Good news is at least we get lots of sunshine out of it. From 5 News, I'm meteorologist Stephen Elmore. That's your 5+ extended forecast.